So filling this in should be pretty straightforward. Let's take a process, in this case air operations. Now what we want to do is go down each strategic objective and ask ourselves, does air operations have a significant impact on, in this case, our ability to increase profitability? And the answer is no, so we'll skip down to the next one. Does air operations have a significant impact on getting us more passengers? No. Does air operations have a significant impact on fewer planes? Yes, it does. And how well are we performing? So we'll now go in here and say how well are we performing, and we're going to give it a score of A, C, or F. So let's just quickly go down and take a look at the scoring. It's documented down here in the spreadsheet. A represents it completely meets or exceeds expectations. C is that it's passable, but there's more work in order for us to become excellent, and F is failing in the process. So in this case we're going to give it a C, and the combination of the C and the low weighting gives us a green. Now, does air operations impact low ticket price? No. On-time flights? Yes, and in this case let's give ourselves an A. Does air operations have an impact on reducing turnaround time? Absolutely, and let's give ourselves a C. Now what happens is when we give ourselves a C here, it turns red. And the reason for that is, with a highly weighted objective, a score of C is unacceptable. We need better than passable. We need outstanding performance in that one. Here, the same score, C, gives us a green because with a low-weighted objective, we can perform with a lower performance level. And again, if we go down to focus on redesign, in this case, yes, it has a high impact, yes, it has a significant impact, and we're performing at the C level, again, it turns red. So now we can begin to see, even though air operations is performing at a moderately acceptable level, C, A, C, C, because of how important these two objectives are that it supports, it comes out with a red score. So in this way, you can take a look at the impact of each process on that strategic objective. If it has a high impact, you need to score its performance. Now, it will take your team a couple of iterations before you normalize what a C is versus an A versus an F. But eventually you'll sort it out, and you may in fact have to go back and rescore one or two processes once you've finally sorted out what that scale looks like. In either case, it will take you in a team format in the range of about 2 or 3 processes an hour, so you can budget your time accordingly. And it's important to note that part of this campaign is about getting the score, but more importantly, it's about educating your team about how processes are performing and helping everyone understand how interconnected the processes are to each other and the success of the strategy. Now we'll come back on how to analyze these results in the next step.